everybody, and welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would take some time and do a vlog on a topic. I have not done a vlog on a topic in a while, so I thought it would be a good opportunity since I am traveling. I am on the road. You can see I'm in my hotel room, so what's better than vlogging while you're away, right? So I thought I would do a quick vlog on what am I doing it on? On sleep habits, scheduling, and routine for children. The reason why I chose this vlog is because it's a topic that comes up a lot when I'm talking with other moms, and I thought it would be a good idea or a good vlog to do. Now, in no way am I an expert on parenting or on sleeping or on childcare. However, I do have two boys, and they had very easy bedtime routines, and I did a lot of research. I talked to a lot of friends, and me and my husband, not just me. So we talked to a lot of people, we talked to a lot of our friends, we took a lot of different ideas and kind of formed our own. Now, what we've done worked for us. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. However, if you do follow it, I think that you could make it your own and hopefully have an easier bedtime. So, bedtime is probably the most stressful time of the day for me and for a lot of moms. You're tired, it's the end of the night or in the end of the evening, and you just want your mommy time. And yes, our bedtime is smooth sailing and great, but it does not mean that my boys are not smart enough to try to outsmart us or trick us into trying to stay up a little bit later. What I'm about to tell you, the tips and the tricks that we followed, it's not going to prevent that, but it's going to make it a lot simpler and easier. So we found that raising our two boys, the easiest thing to do for us was to have a bedtime routine and follow a schedule from a very young age. And when I mean a very young age, I mean like 3 months old. See, babies, we learned that babies need to learn how to sleep. Yes, babies are always sleeping, but doesn't necessarily mean that they understand or they know the routine. So they gotta be put into a schedule and routine. Children need a lot of sleep. They need sleep for brain development, they need sleep for growth. They need sleep so that mommy and daddy could have mommy-daddy time and relaxed time. So sleep is very important. And we found the easiest route, like I had mentioned, was the easiest route for us was to have a bedtime routine set at a very young age. And I'm gonna say that this was not easy. This was very difficult on us. However, we went through the hard stuff in the beginning, and now it's easier. And it's easier now than if we didn't go through it then. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but so at the age of 3 months old, both of my boys were put into a routine, a bedtime routine and a schedule. So what that meant was at 3 months, yes, they're 3 months. They don't know what's going on, but they understood the flow of things. And so we would start off with the baby, I would give them a bath. And their bedtime was 8 o'clock. So at 7:30, they would have a bath. Quick bath just to make them feel all fresh and comfy. And then they would brush their teeth or their gums. I guess they didn't have teeth at 3 months old. And then they would nurse and go to bed. Now, we did this at 3 months every night, the same time. Now, my firstborn, he was on another schedule. He was on his own little schedule where he was at first, before we started sleep training him, he was going to bed at 11 o'clock at night. That's not going to work for me. That's mummy time. You're creeping in the mummy time. And yes, when you're a little baby, we're getting into a schedule, and that's all fine and dandy. But at 3 months old, we now have your feeding schedule. You're eating enough. There's no way you're going to be up till 11. So, It was not easy because the first night we did that routine, we laid him in his crib after he nursed, and Mr. Shola decided that he did not want to sleep at 8. So he cried and he cried and he cried, and I was probably crying with him. But the trick is that he's in his crib and mommy and daddy, or mommy or daddy, are right there with him, but you do not pick him up. You can sing to him, you could talk nicely to him, you could make sure every once in a while you could rub his belly, or just to let him know that you're there. So he's crying, he wants to get up, he doesn't want to go to sleep, but he knows that mommy and daddy are right there, but you're not picking him up. So the first night we tried this, it took about 4 hours. Put him to bed at 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 hours, because it was 11 o'clock when he finally decided to sleep. My husband, thankfully, was there, and he's the stronger one between the two of us, so I needed his support that night. There's no way I could have done that alone. It was hard. I cried. I had a hard time hearing him cry, but I knew that it was the first night, and I knew that he would eventually fall asleep and that there was nothing wrong with him. He was fed, he was burped, his bum was clean, everything was good. The second night, we did the same thing, and it lasted for an hour. So he cried 1 hour, then fell asleep. Still was the longest hour of my life, but it was significantly shorter than the first night. Day 3, the third night, it took us 10 minutes. He was in the routine. He understood it. He got it. He knew that he wasn't going to be picked up. 10 minutes, people. 10 minutes. And then from that day on, it was easy peasy. Put the child to sleep. No crying. He knew that it was bedtime. Feed, go to bed. Mommy time. Mommy time starts. I can relax. I can unwind. It was awesome. Sorry for this interruption. I'm just going to sneak in here and say I realized after reviewing the video last night that I forgot to mention that you can start this routine at any age. Whether your child is already 2 years old or 4 years old, doesn't matter. You can start it at an older age. We started the routine at 3 months old, but you can start the routine now. Just keep in mind that it's going to be harder the older your child is to start a new routine, a bedtime routine. However, after a few days, your child should start to settle into the new routine. Just thought I would add that in there because I forgot to mention that last night. So carry on with the video. Now, we did the same routine every night, and we followed a very strict schedule. He was on a feeding schedule. He was on, he was scheduled. Children crave that. And it wasn't easy, and it took a lot of support from my husband. We had to be there for each other for that. Now, there is a time when the child will reach, 2, let's say 2, that they're going to test you. And they're going to want to fight bedtime. They don't want to go to bed. No, mommy, no. And now they're testing their environment. They want to see how far they can go with everything. They will test bedtime. It's going to be tested. But if you have your strong schedule and your strong routine in place, it's going to be a lot easier to get through bedtime or to get through that period. Now, I'm a person, or we are a family of timeouts. We did timeouts. We watched Super Nanny. We learned the whole process of a timeout. And you know what? I'm going to vlog about timeouts because I think that there's a misconception about timeouts and how they don't work. But let me tell you, if you follow the whole process properly, at least we found it for us, for our family, we found that the timeouts worked perfectly. So, but in order for timeouts to work, you need to be able to do timeouts wherever and not be shy of doing it. So I've done timeout, and I'm vlogging. I'm doing 2 vlogs now, but I've done timeouts everywhere possible. In the mall, in the store, wherever. Restaurant, it doesn't matter. If you're gonna misbehave, you're going in a timeout. So, bedtime was no different. And when both of my kids tried to do this whole I'm not going to bed thing, and try to, fight it, they were put in a timeout in their room. So I said, okay, you don't want to go to bed, then come here, Stan, you're in a timeout. So we would stand there and do the whole timeout process. And like I said, there is a process for it. So if you're going to use the timeout technique, make sure you understand the process. Because if you only do the first little bit of it and not follow through the whole process, then it's not going to work. You have to follow through the whole process. So we would put him in his timeout. And I don't know why, timeouts, he would rather lay in bed and go to sleep than stand in a timeout for 2 minutes or whatever it was. So that didn't last long. We maybe had to do like 1 or 2 timeouts, and then eventually was like, yeah, okay, there's no way around this. We got to go to bed. It's gonna happen. So, so we got through that, and then the next phase that we went through was, oh, they're getting smart now. They're getting smarter. So around 3 or 4, they're gonna start doing the whole, Mommy, I'm thirsty. I need to pee. I need a poop. I want water. I need a Kleenex. So this is where they get smart, and they know that, oh, if I need a pee, she's gonna let me go up and pee, or if I need, water. So then to out trick them, I started making sure that they have a quick drink of water before bed, that they pee before bed. If they need to poo, they go and do that also before bed. Anything that they need to get done before bed. And then I tell them, okay, now you've had your water, there's no more water. When you go to bed, you're going to bed. It's done. You're in bed. Occasionally, now that they're a little bit older, it happens, but I just tell them, okay, go get a drink and go back to bed, and they do without any fuss, and it doesn't take them like 20 minutes like they would when they were babies or kids younger. So again, it is so much easier that they have a routine, and now as Shia was 4 and Shola is 8, and they still follow their routine. They still follow the same steps, the same sequence, the same schedule as they did since they were babies. And I found that works wonders for me, because mommy needs her mommy time. You are not being selfish when you need your mommy time. You need some time for you, and you and your husband need, or you and your significant other need time together. So bedtime is very, very, very important. If you have a child that's up till 11, 12 at night, and you need to go to bed at 11, 12 at night, then you're not going to have any me time or husband time or family time like with you and your significant other. So that's why it's very important. So that's my spiel. That is my spiel on bedtime. Bedtime routines, they are important. That is what we did. We stuck to a schedule. We had a routine. We followed it. We followed through with it, and we didn't give up. Yes, it was hard. It was not easy, and even during the 2s, there was times when we got tested. But once your child knows that bedtime is bedtime, it's easier to enforce it, and it's easier to, make sure that they follow through. So anyway, that's what I've done. It worked for us. It's still working for us. Let me know what you do, and let me know if you have any comments or any suggestions for future vlogs. But I'm interested to find out about what you guys do for your bedtime routine. So comment in the section below and we can have a little chat. If you like this video, then give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, it's your first time watching my videos, then please hit that subscribe button so that you can see and hear all of the stuff that I have to say. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's always fun, and we'll see you the next time. Be blessed. Mwah.